day 13 of 100-day monk mode, and I'm recording my insights still, and we're still going. It's a little bit of a new setup, which I really like. I should be getting like 2 of these lamps maybe, because I really like the warm colors and stuff. So let's start with the insights. The first one is exciting outcomes come from boring work. It is hot outside and I feel really sleepy and I should be doing this sport now. And I'm really on time, but I do the boring work. At first, this YouTube thingy looked really shiny and I was super excited about it, but sometimes it feels boring. Some things can make it better, like the setup, but in general it feels boring and you just have to do the daily boring work. Sometimes I feel like there is nothing to post about in the stories about our agency just because it's me and the laptop on the table day and day again, nothing much. That's why I came up with this daily insights. So it's not always shiny. And running agency looks like fun at first. Fashion industry looks like fun. Content and video production looks like fun. Running a gym looks like fun. Launching a school looks like fun. Writing a book looks like fun, until it's not. And that's when your outcome and your future are decided. That's when you see how serious you are about your intentions. And the secret to become better and reach the goal is to do it badly and do it every day. Beautifully said. Insight number 2. Really interesting one. This is a quote from Mel Robbins. You weren't put on this earth to become someone's wife or husband. You are here to fulfill your dreams, share your story, and create a big, beautiful, amazing life. That's also connected to the quote by Alex Ramosi, which he posted recently, that if you sacrifice your life for your spouse, that's not the right way. I forgot the quote. Right way is that's not the right person, right? Your partner should be pushing you to do more, not pushing, but motivating and doing that with you. And that's really the goal, because we are not born here to have small dreams and goals. And especially when you build a business, it's full of uncertainty, it's full of big dreams. So you want to have people around you that support you, and you want to build huge stuff together. That's what I'm trying to do. That's, I hope, that the audience, which is me, is trying to do. So yeah, building huge things and living with a purpose comes first, and only then everything comes second. Insight number 3. Adults overcomplicate things. Baby stared at me at the coffee shop. I smiled widely and it made him laugh. It made my day. It's so easy with kids. Why do we overcomplicate stuff? Recently, we didn't reach out to our potential clients, and a lot of people do not do the thing just because they're afraid they won't do it perfectly, correctly, 100% right the first time. Well, I did the first reach out, that was when I did the first reach out, I had mistaken our link to the website, so nobody saw our website, and then I'd have to send the follow-up email to say, hey, we messed up, here's our website. It showed that we were real human, and from that it got replies. People saw that this is not a robot texting them, this is not a spam. There is a real person sitting behind the laptop and texting them and really checking out their websites. So we got a couple more replies from cold email, from not perfect emails. And one of the tricks that I heard about cold email is making mistakes actually in your emails. That's what people do for viral content sometimes, to get comments. And another thing is starting your sentences from lowercase letters. I got so used to that, and as a designer I like when it all looks evenly, that I overuse this lowercase letter a lot. Not everybody understands that, but when you are starting a letter to your client from lowercase, it looks like your letter to a friend. It looks too simple, right? It's not overcomplicated, it looks humane. So people reply to that. And when I stopped overcomplicating things, people started to reply. I'm like, okay. Then I said that I do not like this not edited videos on YouTube, and somebody said to me, well, that's raw, that's true, and it means that you're not... People can relate to that. So it's even better. Do not overcomplicate. It's that's easy. I guess kids have that. It's also, maybe we talked about that, how important that is to maintain childlike curiosity in business when you do not know this thing, because you do not have experience, you don't have enough time spent on this earth to have the experience, right? You try to solve your new problem in super unique ways. Example, I have a guest over, my cousin, young cousin, and she went out fishing, and she caught really tiny fishes from the river. Now, fish from the river doesn't live in closed water in aquarium just because they lack the oxygen there, and just because the water gets too warm sometimes. It's not cold enough. There is no stream of the river, right? So this young cousin of mine, she's aware of those problems now, but she doesn't know how to solve them because we don't have the aquarium. We need the filter for water to bring in oxygen there and to cool it down, to control the temperature. So she would change the water or cool it down from some time to time. Put the bowl in the ice. Or she also suggested bringing that bowl in the fridge with fish in it, or in the freezer. I'm like, no, that's not gonna solve our problem. And filling water with oxygen. So if you take a little, I don't know how it's called, not a tube, not a stick from your coffee, right? In which you can blow. And if you create those bubbles in the water, it brings in all oxygen there. So she kept those little fishes alive for maybe one more day. It didn't help at the end, but I was amazed as I observed that process, how creative kids are with solving a problem that is new to them, right? They have never had this problem like this, and they are just coming up with solutions. They are just being creative. They are just using their brain, and that's what we lack a lot of the times in business. We stop being creative, and that's what really important is to branding agency. And I'm trying to train that and stay creative with stuff. The next insight. Oh no, that's the next, but it's really linked to the kids and stuff. Do not know where I heard this quote. Maybe that's what was old Luke Bill Maher's quote, that a man, or like a human, needs 3 types of people in their life. They need a mentor, peer, and a mentoree, or like student. So you need a mentor, obviously, to teach you stuff, because that's a cheat code to learn on others people's mistakes. You need a peer to have a competition, to be motivated to do the daily stuff. And you need a student to have the responsibility and to be also motivated to do stuff better. So back to the topic of having this young kid over for a couple of days. It's an amazing experience. So I'm not used to operate on the monk mode with having a kid, and it is hard. I discovered that sticking to the schedule, rules of the monk mode, like no dopamine, sleeping for 6 hours, eating organic food, meditating for 10 minutes, sport for 30 minutes, 3 working blocks for 4 hours each a day, and 1 money making work block a day for 4 hours. It's like, it's a privilege for free people, and I realize that I'm such a free person who can just work all day long, not be distracted normally. So now I don't have that privilege for a couple of days with this kid over. So I do understand that there are actually a lot of people who have circumstances restricting them from reaching some of their goals, and I see how privileged I am. How actually that's a set of decisions that brought me here, that I haven't got a kid or restricted relationship, right? So that's why I'm focusing on this stuff. It's we're always living in the state that like was which with the decisions that led us to that state, essentially. So if I'm going back to that stuff with mentor, peer, and a mentoree, I learned so much. I tried to teach this kid how to do a workout, which I never did before. I'm not a sports trainer. I do train for myself, but I never explained the technique to somebody or cared about somebody. I would explain how to do yoga, or I would explain how to run correctly, because we also did that. It's pretty interesting and it teaches me a lot. Kids have so much energy, they have so much, they don't overcomplicate things. Are so happy, they are so not restricted by any standards, by anything in the world. They have no limitations, and it's so magnificent. It's so beautiful. They bring in life and they teach you a lot. So sometimes having a student also helps you be more efficient and valuable things. How does it help me with business? Be more energetic and less limited, I guess. And the last insight that I had: misery loves company and success loves solitude. It's hard um, to work on, from the first insight, boring work, boring daily work. It is hard and it is lonely. And when you have 3 blocks of 4 hour work periods a day, this is not like you are spending the time with somebody. It's not like you are spending the time filming, like watching films and series. You are spending the time with your own head, just doing stuff, just thinking. And it's calming down and it brings you on the right path. But it's sometimes boring. It's sometimes lonely. It's not cool. Especially, it's not cool when you are starting to limit the circle of the people to whom you're talking. And there are not that many people with big dreams or with a like lifestyle. So you often feel that loneliness. But there is clue to that. So I do believe that there are a lot still people who build businesses whom you can connect with. And one of the things I did, I guess a couple of months back, I launched a small business club. This is not for any money-making purposes, not a huge deal. I didn't want to be the organizer there, the manager there, to control everything. But when we felt like that, a couple of we had business owners would get together on the call or meet up to discuss different problems in our business and get business advice from objectively from people from outside our business, right? Who are not our people who we paying and not our clients and not parents or friends who actually do not know anything about business. So having this business club or just connections is really great. Business functions a lot on personal connection, on the people who you know in the niche, and it's really valuable. There is also such thing that I discovered as I'm getting a little bit older. I used to be one of the youngest in the business, and now I'm 22. So there are a lot of people who are young and who have this experience. And obviously, I'm not saying yes to many of them, but there are those who are reaching out, who are starting the agency, who are starting their way in the UX world or business, and who want to meet up or do this business buddy stuff or help with the branding and stuff. And when I have the time and opportunity, I would do that gladly, and I would suggest connecting with young entrepreneurs, not being envious of them. I am a little bit, but actually investing in young people or in people who at the early stages of business is like you are investing in stock that is about to go to space. It's gonna have huge ROI. It's hard to connect with people who are already at the top. There are a lot of people reaching out to them, and they're filtering them a lot, and you're there is less for you to connect on the topic, the problems. But connecting either with peers or somebody in the early days is far easier and it has greater ROI. Obviously, you'd have to filter them. But that's what I'm thinking about. I have these acquaintances in different business areas, and I'm trying to always water them and nourish them just to keep it going, keep it alive, just to help out people, to enrich this network. Because I feel like I was pretty active a couple of years back. I would visit all the conferences, all the lectures, all that I had in my town, like business-wise. And now I'm not doing that just because like I'm focusing on this solitude and monk mode and stuff. I used to believe that you have to meet up as many people as you can. Like I did challenges for like getting acquainted with 300 people a day. I don't want to do that because I haven't got real deep connection or any value from those connections. Obviously, all of these connections are like a trade-off. Everybody's getting something out of it. As soon as you're honest about it, it's totally good. So I'm thinking of getting back on the track right after the monk mode just because we need more personal connections in business. And these are the insights. These are the insights of day 13. I'll see you tomorrow. And here is the playlist with all the videos from the 100-day monk mode. And here are the useful videos about how I break down different websites, why do you need a brand, different branding and business educational materials that would help your business. See you tomorrow.